meat stick tonight.
A whole ass meat stick. Or hot meat. Oh, my bad.
No comedy. No comedy.
This meat stick is something else. Quit laughing. I'm not even being funny.
Yeah, quit it with the comedy.
It's sure. Filthy isn't funny. All right.
I wasn't even trying to be funny. They just keep laughing.
Stop laughing at Filthy. We're not laughing at you, Filthy. We're laughing next to you.
I hate it when you get a cigar this big and you accidentally hit the back of your throat with it.
Oh my god. I mean, it's just so easy to do.
Yeah, it just like you don't even know what's going on. Next thing you know, you're fucking gagging on a meat stick.
Or you get that little bit of tar that like hits the back and you're choking on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had that yesterday. I wasn't even smoking a cigar.
I know.
This tar came from anywhere. I don't even know where it came from.
Pulled your
Where did
shoulder
this
out.
tar come from?
What color was this tar, Filthy?
Guys, quit laughing. That wasn't funny at all.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking hurt myself.
Yeah.
Did you guys see who we have in the green room?
Mm-mm.
I did see. He's so popular we couldn't figure out his last name for a
Yeah,
second.
well, when he showed up today, I asked who he was and why he was at our front door.
I
I think,
can't
he was,
wait.
I think he was delivering pizzas.
Little Brooklyns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys order the 4 Brooklyns?
Ah, nice. What an interview pick.
Thank you.
I have to.
It
I'm
was
gonna have to
hard-
promote Susan.
It's so hard to get away from the Taylor Swift shit.
Right? Does Susan still work for us?
No, she was fired last week. We now have Samantha.
It's
Samantha. Give her a medal or a Pop-Tart or something.
Yeah. We tried to get who was it? Bryce Young. But Bryce Young said that he was a little busy getting prepared for his
He
game
got
this week.
intercepted on the way here.
See, that's not what I heard.
No?
I heard he said, "I hate your show."
Ah, Jesus.
And
I knew it. He just wouldn't
maybe
tell me.
catch me when I'm Bryce old.
Ah,
What he said. So,
when he's
which
a
kind of
senior.
hurts. Which kind of hurts.
Yeah.
He's a senior.
Bryce Young Sr.
Yeah.
Christian Senior the Third.
You know, we try and put on a show for all ages.
Let's spin that shit.
All right, DJ, spin that shit. We're just going straight into the live screen.
Yep.
Heard
Oh,
Susan got
welcome,
texted like he
everybody.
was a 13-year-old boy.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
We're live. We're
we're,
live.
we're not being funny, I swear.
No, that wasn't. That was the truth.
Welcome, everybody, to Dirtyfoot. Stop it. Welcome, everybody, to Dirtyfoot Gang versus the Pigskin Week 6. We got a, pretty star-studded cast here. We got Filthy Johnson taking up the left side. We got our boy Ditrox in the middle. And then we got our boy Airtron on the right. Just to kind of get everything kicked off, I wanted to get everybody's scores in here. Filthy is got 38 with 40 wrong in total. Ben has 43 right with 35 wrong. And Ayrton eking out a victory this week with 44 right, 34 wrong.
I thought I did shit last week.
Dude, everybody did shit.
You did
But
do
it
shit.
wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all did bad.
Ayrton and
No,
Filthy.
did well.
tied.
No, Ayrton and Filthy
Yeah.
got 8. You got 7.
Yeah.
So it
It
was
wasn't
just
that bad.
Filthy only got 8?
yeah.
He missed the first 5.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
He went
Then I
0 and
missed the
5,
Monday night game.
and then he
Yeah.
missed Monday night. Yeah. So
Sandwiched in between a bunch of.
I was the only one to get the Raiders game right.
Dude, that game was so bad.
It was a coin flip.
It was-
Yeah.
it
that
was
game
bad.
was
It was
awful.
bad.
so
I mean, I thought Josh Jacobs was gonna crush him, and he didn't run for shit.
Yeah.
So
He will not run for shit. That's the problem.
Who was the favorite in that game?
it was the Raiders.
Okay, I'm just gonna start going with the favorite.
you know,
When I have no idea, I'm
Ve-
just take
Vegas,
Vegas's word for it.
Vegas has been pretty on point with the favorites this year.
How much you would give the weight compared to the home field advantage? I mean,
With some of these
or even
games,
the predictor.
I just don't care. You know, they're so bad that I don't know who to pick.
So, kind of kick it off, we're going to get us again with the NFL injury report per CBS. Remember, some of these can be wrong in the case of people like Deshaun Watson, who may or may not play. Just game time
Just
decision.
who knows?
Yeah. So I'm going to start it off with Buffalo. Buffalo has Matt Milano out. We have
And Tre'Davious White.
Daquan Jones out. We have Justin Shorter is expected to return this week, but there's not good news on that one.
Isn't he backing up Justin Toller?
Yeah, something like that. Tre'Davious White is out. Tommy Doyle is out. Naheem Hines out. Zach Davidson out. Then we have some pretty good ones. It was on Dallas. Dallas, we have Trayvon Diggs is out. David Durden is out. Josh Ball is out.
Is he backing up Josh Shaft?
Something like that. Detroit has a smattering. Jason Kabinda, Matt Nelson, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, James Houston, and Nate Sudfield, all out.
A lot of these are out and questionable now.
No, these are all only outs.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just read 2 already that you said out that says questionable. So, like
I said,
the disclaimer
per CBS.
Yeah, that's why we have the disclaimer. But a lot of the Baltimore Ravens guys.
Yep.
Frank Clark just has an illness.
Also,
yeah.
I will bring him up. Tommy Townsend, the punter for the Chiefs, is apparently injured.
All right, they don't use him anyways.
Yeah.
already just had the sniffles.
Just have
That's
Mahomes throw it as far as he can. in
That's
coverage.
Deshaun Watson.
Don't forget Patriots. Gonzalez.
Yes, Gonzalez,
Judon, Jones, like everybody.
all of them. What I find interesting, and I know we don't usually bring up questionable, but Austin Eckler, Joey Bosa, and Justin Herbert are all questionable.
Yeah, I was about to say they're always questionable.
Because they're all hurt,
Yeah,
but they'll
yeah.
probably
Always.
play.
Yeah, then you have Derwin James, Deion Leonard, and what was that? Aloy Gilman?
Did you say Blowy
Belichick's
Gilman?
famous for putting half of his team on the question.
Did you say Blowy Gilman?
No, Aloy.
Aloy? Oh, okay.
Alohi.
Like, that'd be a hell of a name to have, Blowy.
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 Hey, somebody get Blowy in there.
Yo. So we'll call Blowy, see if he wants to go to the movies.
Oh,
Going
yes.
to the big city to see Blow.
This was the big one. Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
He is
No
out.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
He's gonna be out for about
week
4
10.
weeks.
He's
Yeah.
pissed, too.
What do you got hit with? What
I
happened?
can't remember.
Hamstring.
Hamstring.
Nick Mullins, their backup quarterback, is also injured. Expected to come back same week as Justin Jefferson. Obviously, that's going to be the
He
pair.
got hurt giving Kirk Cousins a massage.
It's just like last year.
You're just like,
Nick Mullins or Justin Jefferson?
yes.
Oh, okay. got it.
Let's see.
It's a toxic
Matt
environment.
Judon. Jack Jones, Marcus Jones, Daniel Aquale.
We're down a few Joneses.
Yeah, Bolden and McMillan also out. I mean, there's a smattering of high-profile players out right now. It's just getting more.
As far as facts, too, we're actually down 12% on injuries this year.
Damn.
Doesn't fucking feel like it.
I mean,
No,
12% is pretty low.
It's low, but it's still down.
Yeah, it's still down. Like, every percent matters.
If you said we were up 12%,
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, it feels like it.
Mhm.
Apparently, Mike Evans is questionable with a hamstring, so I don't know if that will affect your pick with
Who is?
Mike Evans.
Um,
So I don't know if that'll affect
I
your
don't
pick
even remember
with
who they're playing.
Detroit.
Yeah, they're playing Detroit. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
no-brainer. It was a no-brainer before you said
That's
that.
what you think. Until you hear my reason.
Yeah. All
Ready
right.
for it.
All I'm going to say is Kenny Blankenship.
Stick around.
Kenny Blankenship.
Stick around for the picks.
Stick around
be
for
here.
the picks.
Stick around for the picks.
Picks
man.
start at 7:25 and go till 8 o'clock.
Ish. So from that, we like to hit our boys up with their shit tossers of the week.
Man, we got some big turds today.
So,
Yeah.
for those of
A lot
you
of
who are
shit.
new, I will explain this. Jesus, that's a big ass dragonfly. I will explain this again. So, you have your 3 different players. You have your shitter, yes, the shitter, who basically just shits on everybody.
Or
They were
shit
having
tosser.
or shit tosser. They were basically having a great week. You know, they just pretty much overplayed everybody. Just put a fat steaming 70 points on them. Then you have your shit bowl, your shitty, the person who underperformed, who just got absolutely decimated all game and just couldn't do nothing with it. And then you have your up-and-comer or your straight-leg shitter or your upper-decker. This is the boy who's usually a rookie who is just absolutely balling out. Filthy, take it away.
Here we go. My shitter of the week is DJ Moore from the Chicago Bears.
Whew.
8 receptions, 230 yards, 3 TDs. Should have been 4. I'll get into that. And 10 targets. Kicked ass.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Hey, he's balling out this year.
I don't have any stats or anything prepared because I've been super busy at work. So we're going to pick from the heart. And my heart tells me this person's going through a lot of shit right now. And he still finds a way to make me laugh every single press conference, and that's Bill Belichick.
Yep.
So I'm going to throw it to Bill Belichick, but not on the field, just in front of the media. He's tossing shit. That dude, if you don't already watch Bill Belichick pressers, you need to start.
Tell you what, Bill's about to take that offense over.
Why not?
Why
It'll
not?
be interesting.
That'll be interesting. My shit thrower of the week is actually Desmond Ridder. He had a hell of a game last week. He lost, but he still had a good game. 28 for 37, 329 yards, 2 touchdowns. I believe it was
The
2
Falcons
touchdowns.
win?
Did they? No, they lost.
Oh, Falcons won.
Did
Yeah,
they
they
win?
won.
Yeah.
Oh, he won. My bad. Yeah, he won.
Beat the Texans.
Sorry,
The
I jammed
Falcons.
stats in the last 15 minutes here.
Yep.
So, yeah. Desmond Ridder. I mean, he's still the worst quarterback in the world, but he had a good week.
All right. Moving on to the bed shitters.
Moving
Yeah,
on
next
to
up is the toilet bowl.
Yep.
Toilet bowl, bed, whatever you want. I have a whole team.
Nice, good.
Dude, I have a whole team as well. Who's your
The
team?
Patriots.
Oh, it's not the Patriots.
The Patriots
Kind of an
completely
easy pick.
shit the bed for the second week in a row. So that means 2 weeks ago they shit the bed and didn't change the sheets.
Yeah, they just, now there's old shit and fresh shit.
Yes. So yeah, there's not much else to say. They're shit on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
Just completely sucked it up.
Yep.
Nothing happening on the sidelines. Nothing happening in the gameplay situations. It just completely reeks.
I mean, that's what happens when you're the cheapest team in the league. Like, hire some catchers.
Yeah.
That
Hire
makes sense.
something.
Yeah, that way
Yeah.
you can catch the shit.
Yeah. You know what? I'll round this out. I was just gonna say Jordan Love, but we'll go ahead and say the entire Green Bay Packers because there's nothing about that team that is fun to watch or good, and they keep him and Han with Jordan Love, but they coach like they're scared to let him throw the ball. It's just a frustrating team to watch, especially if you're a fan. I'm not, and it's still frustrating.
It's like Mac Jones last year. They just need to let him air it out.
Just let
what
him
else-
do
what,
anything.
What else are you gonna do? Lose?
Yeah, you're already losing. You already suck.
My toilet bowl is actually a team as well. I think they are one of the most inconsistent teams of all time, and you literally can't predict them. At least the last 3 years. That's the Baltimore Ravens.
Couldn't agree more.
I mean,
Can't predict them.
they should have won against the Steelers. The Steelers they're not same caliber as the Ravens. We're talking 5 punts from the Ravens, 2 fumbles, and an interception.
And couldn't catch the damn ball.
Couldn't catch the
They
damn
only
ball.
punted 5 times.
Yeah, they
and
punted
lost
5
that
times.
game?
Yeah, the Steelers punted 6. How do you have the advantage on punts and you
Steelers
still
tried to give them
lose?
that game so many times, and they just didn't want it.
They
Yeah.
try and give everybody the
Yeah.
game.
Well, here's the thing: the Steelers came back, so that's why I did both sides of the ball. So offense couldn't fucking put it in the touchdown; they couldn't even get into field goal range. The defense just stopped playing after the third. They gave up a safety right off the bat, 3 field goals and a touchdown.
Yeah, the Ravens are my number
Damn.
2 team.
One
and
quarter.
It is hard to watch. It is hard to watch them
They're
sometimes.
good
'cause-
though.
Yeah,
I don't-
see, that's the thing.
They're just
Is
weird.
there are games where they just Baltimore Raven everybody, and they're just going around just clobbering them, and then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, just one game, they just absolutely fucking get destroyed.
You can
Like
see,
bad.
I can see the Steelers being a tough nut to crack on offense, but their defense shouldn't have given up like 20 points. in
The
fourth.
biggest
Yeah, Matt
problem.
Canada still sucks.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is the Ravens statistically play horrible against the Steelers.
Well, I mean, they're inconsistent. I think that kind of fucked us on the Bengals as well. Every single stat, every single year says week 5 they start playing,
Yeah.
and we all fucked that one. So That's
I
just
didn't see
another
any
comparison.
reasonable change yet. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Burrow balled out. That's all you need.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Up and comer shitter.
Okay. Hold on.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Me and Ben didn't.
I know.
Yeah, you were the only one who picked him. That's why
Okay.
you were
That's
like,
why he's upset. All right.
yeah.
No, I'm not upset. I just
My upper decker this week is Calvin Ridley from the Jacksonville Jaguars. 7 catches, 122 yards. Doesn't sound like much, but every catch that I watched that whole game, every catch they had or that he had was a very important catch for the game.
Oh yeah.
So that you rarely see that. None of those yards were padded, and they needed every one of those yards to make that work.
I'm not really sure to pick here, so I'm just gonna go with Stroud. I just like watching him play.
Yeah,
It was a tough game for him. I mean, honestly, anybody going up against Atlanta is a tough game. They'll just beat the crap out of you physically, real physical team. And it kind of looked like he was gonna be able to make that comeback. It was a fun game to watch. So I'll give it to Stroud.
mine is actually a kind of a controversial one because it's on the Colts. Zach Moss, running back for the Colts.
Good pick.
That's tough to swallow after signing Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Yeah.
$13 million for a guy that just did it in the backfield for fucking half that. That's rough.
Yeah.
22 carries for 166 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a
But
56
now they're
long.
deep. Now they have depth at running back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys get
It's
hurt.
expensive depth.
Yeah,
but
it
it's,
is. Yeah.
See, the thing about picking CJ Stroud is it's a safe bet because my man has been balling. I mean, he's thrown a touchdown in 5 games
And no picks.
and no picks. And honestly, that last game against the Falcons was his worst completion rate. It was a 57.1% completion rate and an 88.9 passer rating.
How many yards did he get?
He got only 249,
Yeah.
but right now he's at 1,461 in the first 5 games.
A bad game for him is over 200 yards.
Yeah, like it's actually that was his least. That was the least yards he's thrown so far. So, I mean, kid's balling out, absolutely balling out. Good pick on that one. Now we don't have a whole lot of news per se. So
I mean, it's football. It's not
yeah.
It's not really.
I do have one that
Yeah?
we need to talk about. Did you get that in, or we're just gonna talk about it?
I think
The
we're
Frank
just gonna
Reich
talk about
thing.
it. Oh yes, I did not
Mm.
get that in. All right, so basically, it was Frank Reich when he was in Indianapolis as the head coach. He wanted, who was it again? He wanted
Yeah. Okay.
Was it?
When he was in Indianapolis.
When he
Yeah.
was in Indianapolis, he wanted Bryce Young.
yeah, he wanted Bryce Young, right?
No.
No.
Like just this last draft, he wanted C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud. That's
He
right.
wanted C.J.
Yeah.
Stroud.
It was in Carolina.
And the parallel there with the Colts was Jim Irsay benching Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Basically, a consistent thing so far with Frank Reich's head coaching is ownership involvement in his quarterback.
Yep.
He doesn't seem to be able to pick the quarterback that he wants to use for his team. And I kind of just assumed he was a bad coach, but
We looked up his stats. His stats are pretty good as a head coach.
especially when he has a quarterback that he picked,
Yeah.
like when he got Phillip Rivers, they did really well.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers is good, but he found a guy that he wants to use that he can make a game plan for. I think he's being fucked over unfairly. What do you guys think?
I think so too. But most of these owners, I think, have a history, whether we know it or not, have a history of getting involved in the team. And I think it's from reading or getting tied up into too much media. They want what the fans want, so it becomes fan controlled. And that's what the owners want because they just care about getting butts in the seats and people buying jerseys and shit. They don't give a damn about what's going on the field.
Well, here's the
End of the
thing, though, about that. I think Frank Reich loses a couple steps because if you think about that situation in football, you're supposed to adapt to any situation. And if you can't adapt because your quarterback's not the one you wanted from the draft, fucking give your nuts a tug, bro. Like, figure that shit out.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, I can't even give you another explanation because it doesn't exist. Because every court or coach comes up and tries to do their best. Look
Okay.
at Tomlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, both of those sides are reasonable arguments, because when you hire a coach, you're hiring him based on the interviews and what he thinks he can do with any team you give him.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you really don't want your owner or your general manager, for that fact, breathing down your neck
And picking your quarterback for
yeah.
you.
Yeah, we've seen it in Moneyball. Coaches don't like that.
Yeah.
Even though it might be the right move, it's still your team. That's what you're told from day one.
Yeah.
It's a completely valid argument. I don't want to judge him too much for this year yet. It's just like Sean Payton in Denver. We know Sean Payton's good, and they're having a rough time. If Frank Reich's good, he's still going to have a rough time on this Panthers team because they don't have personnel.
Did he request Wentz?
Yes.
So, I mean,
And
they
Wentz
had a
did
good
well for
record.
it.
Yeah, up until about, halfway? Halfway, and then they started losing every game.
They had Wentz for a whole year, and then part of the next year.
Yeah, the year they made the run. Because
And
the
then-
first year they weren't too good, and then the second year they made a run for the playoffs, and they missed it by like 2 games.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they had the Colts midseason. That was the first midseason, not Hard
Yeah.
Knocks.
And then came Ryan, the Ryan Express.
Yeah, and I think Matt Ryan was a bad pickup in general. I thought he was washed in Atlanta.
Yeah, I looked up Carson Wentz's stats, and I just don't see why you would move on from him.
And I'm curious if
That Colts team.
that's the situation that I would be curious about if Irsay had a say in that. Because if Wentz is getting you to the playoffs, why would you switch it to somebody that hasn't been to the playoffs and got his ass kicked when he did make it to the playoffs? I just don't. I don't know. Younger guy too. I just switching to veterans here like that is just weird to me.
It was a lot of strange moves, and all under his tenure as head coach.
Yeah, so it's hard to know who was making the decisions on that. Based on that article, you got to assume Irsay.
Yep. Irsay and now the Carolina guy.
Yep.
Can't remember his name. So yeah, that's all your Frank Reich news for today. Thought it was interesting. We'll see how that develops.
Frank Reich segment is over.
Yeah.
All right, our
Tune
boy
in next week
Frankie
for more
the
Frank
Third
Reich.
getting a lot of
Probably not.
Probably not. Maybe at the end of the year.
Next week it's gonna be all Patriots cast. We're gonna sit here and meditate on why we suck as a football
We're
team,
gonna break
even though
down
we
the
have
last 25 years.
no actual ability to affect that team.
Yeah, I already know why we suck as a football team. We can deep dive that if you want.
No,
No, that's
no,
not-
I can tell you one thing that you can deep dive into.
that's an 11-man problem.
and that is the shoe game of the week.
I don't know who's playing.
I would hope you would know,
No, I
but
don't know. All I know is Broncos Chiefs tomorrow, because I saw an ad on it before I came out here.
I mean, I can rattle them off if you want me to.
No, I'll just listen to what they got to say.
I'm gonna go with. It's between the Dolphins and Panthers, or Bills and Giants.
Yep. I can give you some of the headlines here for shoe. Broncos at Chiefs.
Oh, Dolphins, Panthers.
Panthers at Dolphins. Yeah, that's definitely one of them. Niners at Browns.
I'll take
and
Niners or Browns.
Giants at Bills. Which one are you taking, Felty?
Dolphins, Panthers.
I will be taking Giants at Bills.
There we go.
All right.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, nice
Quick.
and easy. Very quick. Yeah, I'd probably have to go with.
There's a lot more shoe games this week.
Yeah, I'd probably also have to go with Panthers at Dolphins. If the Dolphins lose that game, we got a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Dolphins are starting to tailspin, and that's going to be a big issue.
I just kind of struggle to pick against teams sometimes that are winless. Sometimes they get chippy, and I'm afraid of that for a shoe game.
Yeah, but the problem is this is Carolina.
I will pick them to win.
It'd be different if it's the Panthers and Saints.
Yeah.
The Panthers and Dolphins. And teams have went 0-16 before.
This is true.
Yep.
Right,
Now it's
Dan
time for
Campbell?
0-17.
0-17, a defeated season.
Yep. All right. Well, we do have a man patiently waiting in our green room. This man had a pretty decent week.
Yes. Who's
however,
against
he didn't-
Sam
Yeah, we got Sam Howell.
Howell? That's
Our
what
boy
it is.
Sam Howell had a pretty decent week.
Smart kid.
However, they did lose the game, so expect a little bit of that anger and angst to.
No,
Come
he had his
through.
best game ever. He'll be pumped.
Yeah, he'll be pumped.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Bedhead, come on in.
How you doing, Sam?
Welcome in, Sam.
Can we
How
call you
doing?
Sam?
Yeah. Call me Sam. Thanks, guys. First off, thanks for having me on here. This is the first interview I've ever done.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because nobody
Oh.
really wants to talk to me.
Oh, why?
And,
I can't imagine
so,
why.
Yeah. So thank you. And another question. I
Who's
paid.
asking us a question?
Oh,
I paid $1,500 for this plane ticket here, and how do I get reimbursed for that?
why did you pay $1,500 for a ticket?
We do not
So-
validate parking.
To fly the plane here
You-
for the interview?
You're gonna
You
have to ask
flew the
Samantha?
plane
But no, it was a plane ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for $1,500.
Yeah, because it was last minute.
Yeah,
It
you're
was-
gonna have to ask Samantha
Can
about
I
that.
just leave you the receipt or?
Well, we have a
Oh.
mud wrestling pit right over there, and
Oh,
you're gonna
I
have to
gotcha.
successfully mud wrestle Samantha
Yeah,
to even
Okay.
have a shot at getting that validated.
Okay, let's
that's
just do
that's a
that.
good one because I was gonna say keep it in your wallet and we'll
Yeah.
take care of it next time.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do that too.
Yeah,
I'm up for both.
I do not like your chances against Samantha.
yeah, I
Just
don't
letting you
either.
know.
She is a 12-time mud wrestling champion. That's why we
In
got
Texas, like
Yeah.
that's
her. That's
different.
why we
breed.
got her.
I don't like my chances in any athletic arena this year. So
Hey, don't be
Yes.
down on yourself. You had the week one, man.
Listen,
Week
you
one.
got a lot of people out there believing in you. A lot of happy Commanders fans.
oh, that's the team I play for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it took
I keep
me a minute.
forgetting.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
I was like the
Yeah.
communists, the commodes, the commanders.
Commanders. There you go.
That's
Yeah.
Got it.
You know?
Okay.
So since you got Player of the Week last week, well, you didn't get Player of the Week. You were just the best QB of the week last week. How do you feel about the news channel The Ringer ranking you as the worst QB in the league?
I mean, really, it's hard to argue. It's hard to argue. I mean, I was talking to Mac Jones the other day to see how he deals with that kind of news, and it just is what it is. We go out there, we make a lot of money, and we just do what we love doing. That's
Which is
secondhand
what exactly?
football.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wonderful.
If I'm in that, I'd love to be in first, but I'm not a good quarterback.
You're not doing too
so-
bad,
Well, I'm trying my best out there. Sometimes these other teams are just so bad, I look really good.
Yeah.
So
Is your new offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy? Is he doing a lot to elevate your game? How do you feel under his coaching?
now, which one is that on the sideline?
You probably talk to him every
really-
day. He calls
I-
your plays.
You'd have to
His
describe
name
him
is
to me.
Eric.
He's
He's bald.
Is he bald? Yeah, I think he's bald.
Bald.
He's
kinda
a little
bigger?
chunky.
Little
Yeah,
chunky.
Probably like
Yep.
280.
It's not ringing a bell.
Doesn't
Sorry,
ring a bell?
guys. Sorry.
No.
Well, his name's Eric, and he calls your plays. How's your play calling then? How do you feel about that?
That's all I know is I get this little voice in my helmet.
Oh, okay.
To
Well, that's
tell me
Eric.
the plays.
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
That's Eric, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's something I have to do some research for you guys. Some of these questions I will get back with you.
Okay.
Completely
But
understandable.
yeah.
So how's the shoulder doing?
Which one?
Well, I
Which,
would
Both of
assume
them.
it's
Both of them,
it's your
yeah.
left one.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah, because you
yeah.
injured it last year
Oh, that's right.
against the Steelers.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's doing pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Feels all right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
it
to
feels
move.
fine. I've been doing a lot of Pilates and stuff. And,
Oh, okay. With Andy
yeah.
Dalton.
Yeah, with Andy. Yeah, Andy Dalton. He's got the hot room,
Oh yeah.
and we do hot Pilates. Yeah, it's really nice. Really cool guy.
I heard you guys were gonna set up a Pilates studio in DC together.
We was thinking about it. We was gonna call it the Tank Room.
Ooh.
Yes. So.
Hot, and then
let's-
put on there hotter than a boiler tank
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Take that to
good
the
one.
bank.
I'm gonna take that one to the bank.
and put it in the safety deposit box.
Yep.
In fact, I really don't know where my bank is. I don't
Well, don't. Yeah,
No.
you don't want to talk about that
know
on
how
here.
that works. And that's
Well,
all-
you got a guy for that.
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
know is I'm really grateful that we get post game buffets because I wouldn't eat because I really don't know how to get my money out
Post
of the
game
bank.
buffets.
Yes.
Where at?
Just after every game
In the locker room, or at the Golden Corral, or
at the locker room.
oh, okay.
Sometimes at the Golden Corral, but
All right, well, let's move
Just the
on to
combos.
our interview game. This is concussion protocol
oh, I heard
question of
about
the
this game.
week.
Okay. North Carolina.
That wasn't the question I was going to ask.
Well, that's where I
Strong
went
start.
to college.
Yeah, well, that's not the
isn't that what
question.
you asked?
That was the question last week for a different person.
Okay.
Good start though.
Yeah.
All right.
He's eager.
This year's question is what day of the draft were you taking on last year?
I believe it was Saturday.
You are correct. No, you're not. You were drafted on day 3.
Saturday.
Is that a Saturday?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends on when it starts. When does it start? Thursdays?
Thursday.
Yeah, so that is day 3. You got it right.
Yeah, Saturday. I was at
Yeah.
the Golden Corral.
You
when they
were.
called my name.
When you got called.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bug needs to fuck off.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, that you passed it.
Bring it on.
Congratulations.
Bring it on.
Well,
Oh,
maybe,
that's it.
maybe we'll do.
Hey, ask me where I went to college.
No.
Just do it.
All right.
Ask me where I went to
Where
college.
did you go to high school?
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
You did. You went to high school in North Carolina.
Did I? Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Good job.
You were not concussed.
You're a
and you were
full
able to
Tar
play.
Heel.
And I went to college at North Carolina. Just so.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
Okay.
Sure did.
So you're 1 year in the league. So we'll catch back up with you in 2 years, and we'll do that same game.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll try to make it.
All right.
It's
Enjoy
been a pleasure, Sam. We're still
fly
on
I'm
for
still in the league.
Golden Corral after this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
your. Okay.
You guys
Good.
can pay
Starving.
because I don't have any.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got you. Later.
What a guy, that Sam Howell.
Yep. Sam Howell.
He is a quarterback.
Yeah, he's a quarterback.
Are you sure?
Washington Commanders. We actually had some confusion about that when we were looking up information
Like,
about him.
hey, we're gonna interview Sam Hubbard.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't know it was.
That's
yeah.
that's a defensive hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
That's-
no, it's not that fun. He's a quarterback. I'm like, you mean
Howell?
No.
There's actually 4 Hubbards in the league. I checked after we had that discussion.
There's a Chuba Hubbard.
There's a Chuba
Which is
Hubbard,
definitely one of
and
my
then
favorite
there's a
names.
Hubbard on the Bengals as well.
That's
Yeah,
that's
Sam
Sam
Hubbard.
Hubbard.
Oh, is that the yeah? And then there's a Hubbard on the Raiders, I believe, as well. He's like 3rd string. There was 4. I saw 4 on the list.
Samuel Hubbard.
Samuel.
I don't know if he's Sam Hubbard. I just know there's a Hubbard.
Yeah, what a guy, that Sam Howell. Filthy.
Filthy.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
You
Thank
missed
you.
Sam Hubbard or
I
Howell?
always miss these guys.
Yeah, who is quarterback?
Yes, quarterback. Yeah.
He's a
QB.
quarterback.
Yep.
I was gonna get my Howell jersey signed.
Yeah.
And I just totally missed.
Oh, we're going to the Golden Corral.
We're
Oh,
going to.
sweet.
Yeah, you
So
got
just
plenty of
bring
time.
it.
Sweet.
Bring that and bring $20 for Sam Howell.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
get it. It's underneath the car right now, so let me go grab that.
All right.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
After we
Perfect.
get done.
Excellent.
It's an oil rag.
What a guy.
Football predictions.
Football predictions, indeed. This week is backing up a really interesting week that happened last week with Week 5. So we got a strong opener on Thursday. Broncos versus Chiefs in Arrowhead.
Chiefs.
All right.
Couldn't say it fast enough.
Chiefs.
The Broncos versus the Chefs. The Chefs are a 10.5 point favorite at home.
Uh-oh.
47 is the over/under, and 85% on the predictor for KC. I'm gonna go KC.
I'm not sure they'll cover that spread.
Even if they don't cover it,
I don't. They're gonna win. I don't think they're gonna cover.
That's
They can
Fred's
win
in the
by-
conspiracy zone.
they can win by 9 and still make it look.
That sounds
rough.
like what they would win by, about 9.
If the Chiefs beat the
Nah,
Broncos this week, they will move into second place on longest streak against an individual team.
Yeah, that's Holden. So we're all in Chiefs.
All right. We got a tale of 2 very confused teams. We got the Ravens versus the Titans at the Titans Stadium.
Yeah, this one's agonizing.
All right, Ravens travel to Nashville. They are a 4-point road favorite, over under 41, and 69% on the predictor. Nice.
Nice.
I'm going with the Ravens. Everything points to the Ravens.
Yeah, my heart says Ravens. I don't have anything else to back that up.
It's so tough.
It is.
I'm gonna go Titans.
All right. Now we got a game that I'm excited to watch. We got Goof versus Back to Basics Bakey on the Buccaneers.
Ready? Do we
In
do this all at
Tampa.
the same time?
All right, let me do the intro.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Lions are in Tampa Bay. They bring a 3.5 favorite to the Bay Area Bucks. 43.5 is the over/under, and Detroit is a 55% on the predictor.
3, 2, 1. Lions.
One of the first times ever where the Lions have just always been a unanimous pick.
Right?
We've never done one of these football streams where they weren't.
Yeah.
They got good when we started
Yeah, I was
doing
gonna say they got good when we started doing this. So this is really, You never thought, it like 8 years ago,
Yeah.
there's no way you'd been like, yeah, Lions.
Dan Campbell all the way.
Somebody told me 25 years ago you guys would be talking about the Lions like going deep in the playoffs.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Were they
right.
moving from
Speaking of a team that could possibly, totally, maybe not, also, yes, make it into a deep playoff run, we got the Panthers, the playoff team, versus the Dolphins, obviously not a playoff team,
Yeah, the playoff
in
Panthers.
Miami.
All right, Panthers traveling to Miami. The Dolphins are a 13.5-point favorite, which is second highest this week. 48.5 is the over/under. I'm assuming that's all Miami.
Yeah, that's
Um,
Miami with 45 points and
Panthers with 3.5.
Panthers with 3.5.
That'd be the fans with 3.5.
The predictor is 88 for the Dolphins. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I know it's a stretch,
Yeah, that's a bold move.
Cotton.
But
I'm
I
trying to be
can
different. I figure you guys are going for.
I can definitely see why you'd pick it. I'm going with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins. I think that that spread or the over/under line on Vegas, I'd go with the under. I think they're going to play just like last week. They're not going to go balls out. They're just going to play it nice and steady.
It's likely you don't need to try too hard against the Panthers if you're that
And
team.
bring in the backups after the third.
Probably.
Speaking of balling out, we got the Saints in Houston versus CJ Stroud and the Texans.
All right, the Texans welcome the Saints and their 1.5-point favorites.
That's
The
bold.
Saints are 1.5-point favorites. Sorry, I worded that. 42.5 is the over/under. 55% on the predictor for New Orleans, and I am going with the Texans. Jumping back on that train.
So this one's interesting. I know a Saints fan at work, so I asked him, "Hey, do you think your boys are going to beat the Texans?" And he was like, "I didn't even know we were playing the Texans." So I said, "You're obviously a really good fan. Thanks for your input." So I have really nothing else to go on there other than the Saints looked awful against the Bucks and great toward the terrible, terrible Patriots team. So I'm going to go with Texans.
Yeah, I'm going Texans as well. The Patriots are the worst team in the league, and they only put 20 points up.
35.
35. Jesus Christ! I stopped watching after the half, so I
I don't
know.
blame you.
Yeah, so well, we watched that whole game, but I stopped watching it at the half. No, so I'm in with the same.
All right, our player of the week, Mr. Sammy Howell, the Commanders versus Falcons in Atlanta.
All right, the
It's going to be a hard house to beat.
Commies at the Falcons. Falcons are 2.5-point favorite at home. Hey, why is Sam over there in the mud pit? I missed that.
Which is weird. We have not called Samantha over. He must be practicing in
He
the mud
probably-
pit.
Yeah, he's flopping around.
Yeah.
42 is the over/under, or 42.5. Falcons are 58% on the predictor. Tough game actually. I'm going with the Falcons at home.
Yeah, I like the Falcons this year, and I can't get over how bad that Commanders defense was.
Yeah.
It was just
They went
lazy.
from solid to just liquid waste.
So, I mean, if they bounce back, they're in this game, but I don't know if any one man can stop Bijan Robinson. That dude's insane. So I'll go with the
Or
Falcons.
Pits.
Okay.
I am going with the Commanders.
Not an awful pick if their defense shows up. I just don't believe in them anymore.
I can already see you on Sunday. God, why did I fucking do that?
Nah,
Wouldn't be the first time.
it's gonna be it's not like that. It's not. It's closer than it should be.
It is, yeah.
Now, this game could be close, but it might not be. The Colts versus obviously the best team in the league, the Jaguars, who they beat the Bills. So Colts versus Jaguars in, I think are they Britain this week?
No,
No.
no,
that's
they're
the Ravens.
Yeah.
That's right. So they're actually in Jacksonville, an actual.
By the way,
home
the
game.
Ravens are not going to Nashville.
Oh,
They're in London.
They're going to London. That's right. I
Yeah.
forgot this London game this week.
I just remembered you said that.
I still love the London games. They should
Yeah.
have one every week.
Right.
Awesome.
But yeah, so we got the Colts in actual Jacksonville, an actual home
Okay.
game.
The Colts. This is both visiting teams because the Jags don't play there very much anymore.
Right.
Colts at the Jags. Jags are a home favorite at 4 points even. 45.5 is the over-under. Jags are 65% on the predictor. Close game. I think Jags have got something put together here. I'm gonna stick with the Jags.
I'm a little hesitant here. A win's a win in the NFL, but I saw some stat that I'm forgetting now that I'll have to bring up next week about teams that travel to Europe with like a short week there. That they never do well. And I almost feel like they beat a neutered Bills team who was all tired and not adjusted.
And you can't call that game a home game for the Bills.
Yeah, also that. So, I mean, that was a weird situation, so I don't want to judge them too harshly on that. But Anthony Richardson's not starting. Minshew's still good. So, I'll take the Jaguars by a little bit.
I am going with the Colts.
That's it.
There's nothing else to add. I mean, Ben said it. The travel is killer. That travel time is ridiculous.
But it could be interesting, though, because the Jags were there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're on that time 2 weeks. That's even worse than going and then coming back immediately, like the Bills have. They're going to recover much quicker than the Jags
I'm
are
sticking with my pick.
because they stayed. It's not like they flew back.
If they were coming back for a Thursday night game, that'd be different.
Yeah.
Like Sunday.
If Richardson was starting, I'd be taking the Colts.
That was.
Is that definite?
No.
What? Richardson?
Yeah. He was out 1 week, right?
Yeah, he's going to be out this week.
He's
Yeah,
li-
yeah,
he's
he's
listed
out.
questionable.
Oh,
Really?
He was
that's
listed
an Anthony
questionable.
Richardson decision then, because he last I heard he was out. I didn't check practice though. I haven't looked at the NFL today.
Because right when he got hurt, they were saying 1 week definitely out.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
that
heard.
has changed.
He's young, so he might be getting better quicker.
I still don't exactly love the idea of an injured Anthony Richardson playing either.
I think if you put Minshew, it doesn't matter who you put in there. Anthony Richardson's obviously the better choice, but Minshew he's a starter, man.
Yeah, definitely. He's starter caliber.
No. Okay, no, he is out. Week
Yeah, I
10
thought he
is
was
out.
guaranteed
Yeah,
out.
week 10 out.
take
So
the
he's
Jags
out for
by
a
a little
minute.
bit.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cause any confusion. All right, we got MVP caliber Geno Smith versus the woken up Joe Burrow. Seahawks at Bengals.
Dogs travel to Cincinnati. The Bengals are a 2.5 point home favorite. 45 is the over under. And Seattle has the predictor by 53%. This was actually one of the toughest games I had to pick this week. And I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think they match up pretty well together. And I think the Bengals have Jamar Chase woken up. Burrow woken up. And the Seahawks defense on the pass defense is not that great. I think they run over him on the passing.
Yeah, this is a tough one because I really like the Seahawks this year. But it is hard to deny that team once Joe Burrow gets rolling. And I mean, we saw this last year. Once they got rolling, they lost one game. They went 10-1 down that stretch. So I'll be taking the Bengals.
I don't like the pick at all. I think Jamar Chase, he had 23 carries for his 180 some odd yards. That's a lot. That's averaging receiving, same
Yeah,
shit.
catches.
Receiving catches. He's a wide receiver, so it's a lot. That's an average of 12 yards. So they're not giving him the plays for the yak. So you're still running into a Ravens consistency issue. And I think what the Bengals are trying to do is they're trying to figure out how to waste time. I mean, Burrow's healthy now. He can run around in the pocket and stuff like that. But, man, I don't know. I'm still going to go with the Bengals. But if we lose this, I'm not going to be surprised.
That's
You
what
know,
I said is a tough pick.
Tough thing for me is I didn't watch that Bengals game, and they were playing Arizona.
I follow them on their Reddit, which I should do all the teams. I don't know why I just do the Bengals, but they have play-by-plays of Jamar Chase and like all the players, all the wide receivers, and Jamar Chase is all over that field. I swear, he ran every single route known to man in the NFL, and they've got him in time-consuming routes. Everything's to the out of bounds or not out of bounds, but everything's down the line, everything's in the slot. You know, it's weird.
You know what? I'm flipping.
You're flipping.
Give me the Seahawks.
It's weird. It's a weird fucking offense.
I
I'm
like
telling
this.
you.
I like the Seahawks this year. I really wanted to pick them, and I felt bad about that pick. But you know what?
It's
the
almost
Seahawks.
like they want to be time controlling because they lost against the Chiefs in the last like 2 minutes. And if you can control the time and the clock, you won't be in that situation.
I still think Zach Taylor's coaching is sus.
Oh yeah, I
So,
agree. Yeah,
Give me my man Pete.
that's a Bengals thing though. They've never
Yeah.
had a good coach.
Speaking of sus, we got two cursed franchises, the Vikings versus the Bears. Vikings are in Chicago.
The Vikings travel to Soldier Field. 2.5 point road favorites is Minnesota. 44.5 is the over under. 60% on the predictor for Minnesota. And I have got the Bears. With Jefferson out, their offense was mediocre anyways. They just get worse. The 44.5, I'd probably take the under. I don't think the Bears explode that much. But with DJ Moore the way he's rolling, Fields the way he's rolling, the Vikings like to give up points.
Yeah, Vikings love to give up points, but they also love to lose by one score.
Yes, exactly.
And the Bears win by multiple scores if they win. So that's an interesting thing. The Vikings haven't been in a non-one score game yet. The Bears have not won a one score game,
I can't remember the last time I picked the Bears to win.
right?
Tough.
I did a little simulating in my head of the Bears' remaining schedule, and I have them going 9-8. I will be taking the Bears.
Bears.
The Bears. Universal on the Bears. All right. Now we got our boy Big Daddy Barack versus Ow, my arm hurts Watson in Cleveland.
The Niners travel to the Mistake by the Lake with a 7-point favorite.
God damn it.
7-point favorite for the Niners. Over and under is a paltry 37 points. 66% for San Francisco on the over-under. I think Watson's losing this team really fast. We'll see this
I
week.
think Chris McCaffrey will get all of those points himself.
Yeah,
The Browns pass a rush defense is really good.
their whole defense is awesome.
Yeah, their whole defense is awesome. It didn't show last week, but their whole defense.
They didn't have
is,
any offense.
Yeah.
If your defense is on the field the whole game, they're
Yeah,
not going to look
they're
as
gonna
good
lose,
as they
yeah.
are.
So I think McCaffrey. The good thing is McCaffrey can catch balls all day out of the backfield. And I think
Yep.
that's what we're going to see. I think Rob Purdy has a pretty big game this week against the Browns, and I got to go Niners.
I think that you could put freaking Peyton Manning on that Browns team, and the Niners would still beat them. They're just stacked. I'm taking the Niners.
Niners.
But I'd still probably take the under on the over/under.
You
37.
might see the Niners score 40 points.
Think so? It's possible.
If Deshaun
I want to see the
Watson doesn't
49ers
play,
score 49 points.
that would be good.
No.
If Watson doesn't play and the defense is running all over him, sacks, fumbles, interceptions, and that offense for the Niners gets to be on the field, bullying them around, you could
Yeah.
see 40 points. It's kind of unlikely, but
I'd like to see Kittle have another big game too.
definitely hat trick.
Yeah.
He should have been my shit tosser.
Yeah.
He did
The
have a good
hat-tricks.
week. He did have a good week. Actually, two teams that have not had good weeks. We got the Patriots in Vegas versus the Raiders.
Okay, the Pats visit the Raiders in Las Vegas. 3-point favorite for the Raiders, which I think is a little high. 41.5 is the over/under. 55% for the Raiders on the predictor. Jimmy G playing his old team. Oh, I don't know if there's any revenge or a chip on the shoulder.
Is he playing?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Jimmy G should be playing.
No,
I'm
not
going-
O'Connelly.
Either way, I'm going
I
with the
think that
Raiders.
might be up in the air a little bit, but I believe Jimmy's playing.
He's not listed as out for any reason.
This is really tough because normally I'd like to pick a little bounce back game for the Patriots, but I don't know if I can pick this team with no Gonzalez and no Judon. What's their defense without those two guys?
And with no offense.
And with no offense,
The
I
last
just
2 weeks.
exactly like they just can't do anything. Those two were so good on defense. Losing them both in the same game was a backbreaker, and it's horrible. So I'll be taking the Raiders. I don't want to.
I think Jacobs has a big day.
He definitely could. Yeah.
I am gonna go with the Patriots.
It's hard now. I can't remember the last time I didn't pick the Patriots.
Well, I mean,
I like them in the matchup
Just
against the
trying to be
Raiders.
so optimistic, and they just ruined it for me. They boiled the optimism out of me.
if there's one time the Patriots will get their passing game going, it's gonna be against the Raiders. That's the only reason why I picked it. Because I mean, they have the worst wide receiver passing game in the league, and they have the worst passing defense in the league. So one's got to be more successful.
This game is gonna be fucking awful.
It's gonna be a bad game. Still Patriots.
All right, we got the Cardinals versus the Rams in LA.
All right, the Cards travel to SoFi. Rams are a 7-point favorite. 48.5 is the over/under. The Rams have the predictor at 73%. I think the Rams are pretty good.
We need to make a point to watch the Rams this week.
I have been watching them, and they're awesome. With Cup coming back, Cup and Nakua.
Yeah,
That's why I like them to win against Philadelphia, but they were just short on a couple of key plays. But
It seems like
still-
this seems to be the the script every week against the Eagles.
Right?
Everybody's just a little short here or
because
there.
they're still a really good team. They got a lot of dudes.
Yeah, they do.
And those dudes are coming up in key moments.
But it's the difference between veterans and not.
Yeah.
That literally is the definition of what getting a veteran on your team is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
I think we're all Rams, right?
Rams.
Yeah,
Rams,
we're
Rams.
Yeah, it's Rams. But I want to make sure. I want to watch that game this week. So make sure you guys remind me. 'Cause
fun
I'll
to
fucking
watch.
yeah. I'll forget that shit.
The
so.
Rams are just, I mean, they found their running back, Kyron Williams. And Nakua is amazing, and they got cut back.
Speaking of the Eagles, they're landing on the airstrip of the Jets with Wilson, back there. Will he Wilson himself? We don't know. But we got the Eagles at Jets in New Jersey.
The Eagles travel to Rogerland. There, I say it.
Please
No.
don't say that again.
I will have to kick you off the stream if you say that
The
again.
Eagles at the Jets. The Eagles are a 7-point favorite. 41 is the over/under, and 65% Philadelphia on the predictor. This should be Eagles all day long.
Yeah, at this point, I'm convinced that anybody named Wilson is cursed. The Jets are still a really good team, but man, are they missing Aaron Rodgers. So I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Eagles.
Pretty unanimous across the board on that one. We've
Yeah,
had
it's
a
hard to
few
pick
of
the
those.
Jets for this
Eagles
game.
won't lose until they play somebody good.
Yeah, they don't lose to bad teams.
I would hope not. All right, we got the Giants going a little bit upstate versus the Bills.
Two game.
Right. This is the Sunday night matchup for some reason. Giants at the Bills. Bills are a 14-point favorite at home. 45% is the over/under. Was this 90% on the
Has-
predictor going to the Bills?
Has every Sunday night game went to the favorite so far?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it has.
It
Yeah.
sounds
Sounds
like it,
likely.
Yeah.
Man, there's nothing to even bring up here. I'm going with the Bills.
The
The
only
Giants
thing,
keep getting a little better each week, but they're not there.
yeah, the only thing I want to bring up is being a schedule maker before the season starts shaking out. It actually looks like an interesting game.
Oh yeah, that's why
But
it's the Sunday night game.
at this point in the season, we know what the Giants are about, and it's not interesting anymore. It's the Bills. Bills for a
This should be
shoe.
the least watched
Bills all day.
Sunday night game of all time.
Definitely possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that even if you look at this in a different way, even if the Giants were playing like they were last year, it's two powerhouse offenses, and that's what.
All right, Cowboys at SoFi. They come in as a 2.5-point road favorite. This is the Monday night game. 51 is the over/under. 55% going to the Chargers.
Who's the favorite?
The
The
favorite's the
Cowboys?
Cowboys on the road Monday night. To me, this was the toughest game to pick all week. Bengals and Seahawks were really tough, but this one is the toughest because neither one of these teams like to win with good teams. They seem to find a way to just hand it over to the other team and then make it look really good at the same time. But I am going with the Cowboys here. I think they come back, and I think they got so embarrassed last week. If they don't show up this week, it's going to get ugly.
For the Chargers?
No, for the
Cowboys, yeah.
And they have a lot of defensive holes right now, especially now that Van Der Esch is down too. So
Yeah, there's a lot that's tough for them. I mean, we saw last week exactly what the Cowboys are about. If they get behind, they're out of the game. They get behind the first half, and they're losing that game. And the Chargers have a really good offense. So I feel like just offensively, they might be able to pressure Dallas into making mistakes, putting the ball into Dak's hands too many times. And that's why I'm going to pick the Chargers. And it's shaky because I don't like the Chargers. I don't like their coach. I don't like how they do weird shit at the end of games.
Man, yeah, it is a tough one. I think overall, even with the holes, it's just like the Bills. Their defense is still going to be pretty decent. You were talking about they played against the best team that possibly football's ever seen right now, 49ers. And they still managed to score 10 points on that defense. Now you take it down to a caliber team that's not even half in the league, maybe mid-league. What do you think about mid-league on the Chargers?
I think they're a little upper.
It's tough because their personnel puts them in the top 10.
Yeah.
But their coaching fucks it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the Chargers are easy to coach with. I think Stanley sucks.
Yeah, but they do have Kellen Moore.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm down with Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one.
Yeah, like I said, I've come back and forth all week or
Chargers
all day on this.
Chargers defense struggles with a balanced offense, and that's the one thing the Cowboys do have is a balanced offense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a close game, but the Cowboys have the edge.
I don't believe in Cowboys winning a shootout. Is kind of what I'm banking on.
Yeah, banking on a shootout. I just don't think it's gonna be a shootout though.
Maybe
The
not.
Chargers are either gonna get stomped or they're walking all over Dallas.
One way or
Yeah.
the other, huh?
Probably. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, the Dallas just leaves so many question marks, and I don't like question marks.
They always leave question marks.
Yeah, I don't like question marks.
They should change their name to the question marks because
Yeah.
that's all they do for the last 4 years, 5 years, even back when they had Romo, it was all question marks.
There's some fun stats on Dak.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to hear it before we sign off.
Yeah. I got one more thing too before.
Dak this year, he has about 120 passer rating in the first quarter. He doesn't throw picks. He throws touchdowns. Second quarter gets a little worse. It's like upper 90s. And then it gets way, way worse entering the third quarter with a passer rating in the 70s and the fourth quarter with a passer rating in the 40s.
Man.
They are
That's
one of the
crazy.
worst red zone teams in the league. And if you want to flip that around, their offensive coordinator on the Chargers now, Justin Herbert, who is up there, great in the first quarter, a little worse in the second quarter, but then amazing in the fourth quarter and pretty good in the third quarter, and they are a top 5 red zone offense in the league. Not hard math to do there. You lose that guy, he goes over, and they immediately become one of the best red zone teams and the best second half teams. That's coaching. I think Kellen Moore is awesome.
I had one more thing.
One
I
more.
watched This Week in Sports Ball, Urinating Tree on YouTube today, last week, and he hardly ever brings up college football. But he did this week because of the play that happened with the Miami Hurricanes.
Oh yeah.
And the last 30 seconds of the game, they were down, or they were up by 3 with 30 seconds left. It's 3rd and 5. The opposing team has no timeouts.
Timeouts. Yep.
And that's all they had to do was kneel the ball. Just kneel it down.
Just kneel it down.
Just kneel it down. And they decided to run the ball and fumbled it. And 2 plays later, Georgia Tech scores a touchdown to win the game.
I think if you ask even any fan, What are you gonna do on 3rd and 5 with 35 seconds left on the clock and they have no timeouts?
I will say that's kind of a bad open-ended one because Micah didn't have an answer to that question.
Really?
What did
You
you
kneel it.
No, I ended up saying kneeling it.
Well, yeah, but after some softballs,
Well, no, he didn't give me the
no timeouts.
There was one portion he didn't tell me at the first, then he repeated it, and I was like, oh yeah, you just fucking kneel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an obvious answer.
But still, I mean, if that was my coach, college or not, even if it was high school, he would be gone.
I would definitely consider firing him on the spot.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't-
by the time you get to college, you're there to win games.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
hear it
especially
all the
Miami.
time in the pros. The announcers, every single time it's in that situation, they're like, yeah, they're just going to kneel it out here because you don't want to run the ball or flow the ball and get it intercepted or fumbled. It happens every game. The commentators say it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's one of those things that everybody knows. And it's like, what do you have to gain by running the ball there?
Yeah, you don't. You have nothing
A
to
win
gain.
is a win.
a win is a
Yeah.
win.
don't-
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even if your running back was 1 yard away from breaking the record.
Nope.
I don't do it.
I'd consider it.
I wouldn't even.
I wouldn't
But-
even
'cause
consider
that
I
it.
win
probably
is more
wouldn't do it.
important than the team.
That
or
win
the
that
team.
win looks a
Yeah.
lot worse if the QB throws an interception.
Honestly, if I'm the quarterback and they tell me to run that play, I'm gonna walk up to the line of scrimmage, I'm gonna
And
take
just
the ball, and I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
fucking kneel it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can bench me, I'll fucking go transfer somewhere else.
Exactly.
I ain't handing that
Yep.
ball off.
Because in that presser afterwards, I'd be like, "Yeah, this fucker right here wanted me to run the ball." and
Yeah.
just
I
kneeled it.
probably wouldn't put him on blast.
If they
unless-
fired
Because
you?
that's how stupid that play
Oh,
is.
If they fired
me,
you, oh man, I would be on social media, everything.
yeah, I'd put him on blast. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Of course, if I was that coach, I'd be like, "Yeah, I called for the kneel and they decided to run it."
Yeah.
I'd throw them all under
Twist
the bus. Every single one of my players.
All right.
Then I'd go to the portal.
See his final
Bernard.
stats. Bernard, yeah.
Just he ended up with the assist, but they won the game 4-2.
Wow, they won.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Wow,
So,
back in that
yeah.
third period.
against Pittsburgh. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So he got an assist, but I mean, hockey started. It was an excellent first day of hockey, and the Avalanche play tonight at 10 against the
It's
Kings.
9:00. Yeah.
Well, 9. Oh no, it's 10.
Is it?
It's they're in L.A.
Okay.
And then the Red Wings also play at 10.
No, they play tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night
yeah,
at
they're
10.
Tomorrow night at 6.
Oh, it's 6.
Playing the Jersey.
I thought it was. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I
starting an East Coast
I
game. at
keep
10
looking too
o'clock.
far.
Yeah.
I look at
Wouldn't
the
have
next
it done.
Avs game, and I'm
Oh,
looking
is
where
it?
Red Wings are, and yeah, it's the Avs are a West team. It's always 10 o'clock. It
Yeah.
sucks. Hey, at least we didn't win the Stanley Cup last year, so I can actually watch the games
Yeah.
because we're not on TNT every fucking week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. NHL started, so enjoy it. There's a lot of sports. MLB playoffs.
Yep. MLB playoffs got a lot going on.
Rangers
Rangers
secured
are,
it.
Yep, they're going to the next level.
Houston has one more game, hopefully.
Yeah, they gotta beat the who are they playing?
They got to
Twins.
beat Twins. Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta beat the Twins one more time. They play tomorrow night.
Which is looking really likely.
Yeah, and that would be a Houston and Texas
Showdown.
American
Oh.
League Finals.
Texas League Showdown. It's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of fun.
That's
A
cool.
lot of fun sports this week. Enjoy your sports, everybody.
Enjoy the sports. See you guys next Wednesday for the DFG versus Pigskin.